anywhere they go around here, they need to pay attention and be more mindful of what's going on.
Shoppers at a busy Central Kentucky shopping center are on alert tonight after an attempted kidnapping. Months after being badly injured in a hit-and-run crash in Lexington, a National Guard soldier is showing some signs of improvement. New York City's mayor has a request for protesters tonight following the weekend shooting deaths of 2 police officers.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 11.
Good evening to you. She says a strange man tried to kidnap her as she put groceries in her car, but a Central Kentucky mother says she fought him off. The frightening encounter took place over the weekend at Brannon Crossing in Jessamine County. Now police have stepped up patrols in the area, and tonight shoppers told us they're being even more careful. Jerica Insco has our top story at 11.
What were the man's intentions? That's a question we're still asking after a woman shared her story with us about a man trying to kidnap her from this parking lot in Brannon Crossing. It's a story we're continuing to track in order to protect you and alert others. Nicholasville police are stepping up patrols near this Kroger, but the best protection starts with yourself. Lori Jones says she did what she could when a man attacked her Sunday evening.
I screamed and I just started throwing elbows. And that's how I got out. I just remember hitting something with my elbows, and he ran off.
It frightens me. I'm surprised that it would be in this area.
Having lived it, Jones is sharing her wisdom so it doesn't happen to anyone else.
Always be aware of your surroundings and be as loud as you can, honk your horn, do whatever you can.
And others are voicing their tips to also protect whoever they can.
Stay off your cell phone. Don't text while you're walking through the parking lot. Have your keys out before you get in the car, and don't sit in the car for a long time by yourself.
They're prompting everyone to give a watchful eye.
It's just sad that you have to worry about that this time of year.
To keep others from taking this holiday season. Police are still searching for the man responsible, so if you saw anything or have any information, you are asked to call Nicholasville Police. In Nicholasville, Jerica Insco, WKYT.
And the victim describes that vehicle that the man was in as a white passenger car with a drooping back bumper. Tonight, we are tracking a big storm system heading toward the Bluegrass, and it could cause some delays in holiday travel. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has an early check now of your forecast. How about it, Chris?
Yeah, Amber, it's going to get a little wild over the next couple of days. We have, as you mentioned, a big storm system that is taking aim at the Bluegrass state, and unfortunately, that means a lot of holiday headaches for travelers. First things first, it's what's going on right now in Live First Alert Defender, and that's a lot of rain action beginning to pick up across the region. Where you see the yellows and even some reds in there, it is coming down at a very good clip with those gusty showers across parts of northern Kentucky, Williamstown, over into parts of Owen County, and getting as far south with the steadier rains around Sadieville, just to the north of Georgetown, Berry, and Cynthiana here into Harrison County. Lexington Metro, one little gusty shower right on top of the Fayette-Madison County line between Lexington and Richmond. That is working its way to the east-northeast. Lawrenceburg, hey, we've got some steady rains that are coming into town over the next little bit. That extends farther south toward Campbellsville, smothering of showers into parts of southern Kentucky. And all of this stuff is going to continue to gather steam as we see one storm system that is across parts of Missouri right now. It's the second storm, though, that is going to take center stage as we go toward Christmas Eve. Short-term forecast for your Tuesday, upper 40s to low 50s to start. We're into the upper 50s tomorrow afternoon. Gusty winds with showers that will increase. Amber, when I come back in a moment, we're tracking a very high-impact storm into Kentucky for Christmas Eve. I've got thunderstorms and a 30-degree temperature drop with snowflakes all in one day coming up.
Sounds interesting, Chris. Thank you. It has now been 3 months since a Guam National Guard soldier was badly injured by a suspected drunk driver here in Lexington. Noel Espino was hit by an SUV while at a bar on Euclid Avenue. He is still in the hospital recovering, but friends say he is making a lot of progress. And tonight we have some new pictures of his recovery. Victor Fuente has the story new at 11.
Captain Noel Espino has been here at UK Hospital since September. He's had several surgeries, including skin grafts and amputations. Despite everything he's been through, the people who know him say he feels blessed this Christmas. This picture of Captain Noel Espino shows how much he's improved since being hit by a car a few months ago.
He's alert, he's getting some more food sustenance, so he's able to, his face is filling out really nicely, and just really able to express his gratitude for so many people in so many ways.
He was in Lexington for some training, along with several other Guam National Guard members, when he was struck outside of the beer trap on Euclid Avenue. Police arrested the man they say hit Espino, Jared McCargo, and charged him with DUI.
The hardest battles are given to the toughest soldiers, and he's been one, and so it's been neat to see the community band together for him, and he's so grateful for prayers and so many thoughts and the gift of faith.
Since his injuries, Espino has had his wife, Rose, by his side. He's also been joined by Father Norman Fisher, a Lexington priest who posted pictures from the hospital to his Twitter account. Fisher says despite everything he's going through, Espino said he still feels grateful for all the support he's received.
Even in the midst of darkness, we can bear the light that God's given to us to share.
Fisher told me Espino and his wife wanted to give a special thanks to all of his nurses and the blue team of doctors who've helped him during his recovery. In Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Father Fisher says in January, doctors hope to move Espino to a care center in Palo Alto, California to continue treatment and to be closer to his home. A homeowner tells us he feared for his life when two men forced their way into his Harrison County home. Bill Jolly says he grabbed a gun and fired shots, killing one of the intruders this morning. Police say it started after Raven Edwards asked Jolly if she could stop by the house. They say Edwards showed up with her boyfriend, Marcus Gross, and another man, Larry Nolan. Police say Gross and Nolan forced their way inside and attacked Jolly. Jolly says he had to fight back.
One guy had me in a bear hug, and the other one was charging me, and I was able to swing around with the guy that was on me and shoot the other one.
Police say Gross was hit and later died. Police later arrested both Edwards and Nolan, charging them with robbery and burglary. Jolly tells us someone also tried to break into his house 2 weeks ago. State police need your help finding two people wanted for a violent robbery in Knox County. They're looking for 36-year-old David Bays and 41-year-old Donna Bays. Police say late Saturday night, the two showed up at Dennis Graham's home on Powers Road and robbed him. They say David Bays also attacked Graham, causing serious injuries to his head. Police say the suspects got away with a large amount of money. Graham was airlifted to the University of Tennessee Hospital for treatment. Tonight, New York City's mayor called for a pause in protest against police as the city mourns the shooting deaths of two police officers. They were killed over the weekend by a man who posted online about retaliating against police. Marley Hall has the latest from New York.
About a dozen demonstrators staged a sit-in at New York's Grand Central Terminal. They were protesting recent cases in which white police officers were not charged in the deaths of unarmed black men.
This movement is about the police being held accountable for what has happened, so yeah, I do think it's fitting that we're still out here, and I think we still need to continue to come out and peacefully protest.
The protesters evoked the names of Michael Brown and Eric Garner. Both men died during confrontations with white officers in Ferguson, Missouri and Staten Island, New York. Grand juries declined to indict the police.
The protest was held despite a request from New York's mayor. Two city police officers were shot and killed here in Brooklyn over the weekend by a man who promised retaliation for Michael Brown and Eric Garner.
Wenjin Liu and Rafael Ramos were ambushed as they sat in their patrol car. The gunman then killed himself. Ismael Brinsley had a long criminal history and had posted on Instagram about shooting cops, writing, "They take one of ours, let's take two of theirs," and shoot the police. Mayor Bill de Blasio called for greater understanding.
Does that suggest that therefore police and community can never come together, that there always has to be a wall between them? No, we can't allow that.
Another protest is planned for Tuesday. Marley Hall, CBS News, Brooklyn, New York.
Investigators say the gunman was at a protest in New York earlier this month, but he did not participate. Police departments around the country are telling officers to be extra vigilant after the shooting. With more flu cases being reported across Kentucky, UK Healthcare is taking extra steps to protect hospital patients. All UK healthcare hospitals, including UK Chandler Hospital and Good Samaritan Hospital, have new visitor restrictions. For the time being, visitors under the age of 12 and anyone with flu-like symptoms are not allowed. Only 2 people can visit a patient at a time, and those visitors may be asked to wear masks.
School-age children are the most likely to become infected with the flu or other respiratory illnesses, so restricting them from visiting seems to help.
Hospital officials point out these restrictions are temporary. They say since flu season arrived earlier than normal this year, they felt they needed to do something. The Fayette County Health Department reports 18 confirmed flu cases in Lexington. This time last year, there were only 4. $60,000 goes missing from a Kentucky Walmart in just 9 minutes. How police say an employee stole all that money. And then what investigators think sparked an explosion at a Kentucky garage that left a man badly injured. Tonight, police have charged a man they say stole $60,000 from the Eastern Kentucky Walmart store where he worked. Middlesboro police say for 3 months, 34-year-old Ray Paul Wilder stole money that was supposed to go into an ATM. He was in charge of putting money into the ATM every night at the Middlesboro Walmart, but police say he stole money several times and managed to hide from surveillance cameras.
Once he got the cash canisters for the ATM, that's how he would gain access. He would pop the top open, access cash, and then anywhere between $1,000 to close to $7,000 at a time.
Police say another Walmart employee investigating the missing ATM money caught Wilder in the act. When they arrested Wilder, they say he had $10,000 of the stolen money in his home. Police also say he admitted stealing it. They're not sure what happened to the rest of that stolen money. A Southern Kentucky man now knows how long he'll have to spend in prison for a brutal attack. Today, a Rockcastle County judge sentenced Jason Gambrill to 14 years in prison for assault. Gambrill admitted beating Derek Cassey earlier this year and leaving him at an abandoned rock quarry. Police say Gambrill also stole money from Cassey. Gambrill didn't say much during his sentencing. Last month, his mother told us his arrest probably saved his life because he was abusing drugs. Family members say a Kentucky man is lucky to be alive after an explosion in his garage. It happened this afternoon in Meade County. Family members say the 70-year-old man was working on a propane tank when something caused it to ignite. The explosion sparked a fire that destroyed the garage. The man's daughter says she heard the explosion and rushed to help her father escape.
I just heard him hollering for help. I come out the front door and you could see the fire out of the back of the garage. And I tried to get in the side door and I couldn't, so I crawled through the front and got in.
Family members say the man suffered severe burns and was airlifted to a Louisville hospital. They say his condition is stable tonight. The Salvation Army in Lexington is asking for help as its Red Kettle campaign enters the home stretch. The organization has a goal of $550,000 for the campaign, but officials say so far they've only been able to raise $360,000. You can make donations at those Red Kettles through Wednesday, but you can continue donating online through New Year's Eve. And you can also help if you donate blood at the Kentucky Blood Center. If you decline the T-shirt you would normally receive when you donate blood, the Kentucky Blood Center will make a donation to the Salvation Army.